Completely pure minerals. They have no, they're not the company Pure Minerals. They're one of the salon brands, and they go into the ethnic colors too, which is great. But the, in my opinion, because I know that like Revlon and Maybelline and Wet n Wild and all these companies, after they initially came out with the mineral products, but they're not pure minerals. They have talc and some filler in them, and I think the pure ones will do this pigmenting better than the ones that have filler in them. And I don't have any with filler in them, so I can't really say. So I'm just going to show this with, so for all you gals that have mineral foundations and they match your skin, and you want to, or you have bronzers, mineral bronzers, and you want to add some pigmentation into the BB creams, I'll show that. And then also, if you have dry skin, mineral powder, on those of us that have dry skin, if we're putting mineral powder all over our face, we get that reflective property stuff, but it's really not a good look for dry skin. It kind of settles into the wrinkles. And naturally my cat, although she's not in the window right now because I shut it, but now she's going to be fussing with the window because that's, the whole house is hers, I think. Or she thinks. So that's what's going on there. But at least she won't shock me this time. Alright, so what I've done is I've taken a cutting board just to do this demo on, and hopefully you guys can see it. And I've put just any moisturizer. I've got a little pigment on here already. And I just put 3 dots of moisturizer. Any moisturizer you can do this with. And then you take, I'm going to use some different cards. I'm going to go from the Ivory to Ebony. Okay, so this is, she's going to get in the window, but she can't get in the window. Yeah, okay, good going. Okay, so this is on the, in the mineral foundations, is the lightest color there is, which would be like equivalent to an ivory. Let's see if I can swatch it, if you guys can see that. And of course I'm gonna make a mess. It just is. Alright, so you take a tiny bit, and I hope this is gonna show up, but it's a tiny bit. It's because it's a mineral foundations is highly pigmented, and you rub it into your moisturizer, and this becomes an instant foundation. And it's buildable because you can add more of the you can see that it's turned into a foundation, moisturizing foundation for people that have dry skin with the pigment. And you can add more pigment if you feel like you need a heavier coverage. So it really doesn't have to be like a tinted moisturizer without the coverage. You can make it whatever you want. And I just dropped a tiny bit to get that color. Now for the darker skins, I should have, let's open these up so that I'm not, let me make sure I've got the darkest one here. Okay, this would be the darkest there is for someone that either has very dark skin, or someone who may have like a pecan skin tone that has a tan or something would use this color. I don't know if you can see it swatched. This is foundation. This is not eyeshadow. Just so that we're clear on this, this is a foundation. And so the same thing, this would be like the Ebony. This is like the Ivory section, and you put the pigment into, I don't know if you guys can see this, and this is just from the swatch, and but you can start to see how it starts to, hopefully this is in the camera range, starts to change into the darker shade. And let me add a little bit more, because you just need like a pinch. I'm just going to pinch a little bit more. If you can see, that's like a pinch more, and moving that around, I'm creating, and it probably doesn't show on this camera real well, but the pure mineral products have a lot of natural they have like zinc and things that have reflective properties. And so now I've created a liquid foundation that would be appropriate with somebody with a dark skin tone. And these mineral cosmetics go from Ivory all the way to their full range. When they first came out, though, like BB creams, there was like 3 around 11 years ago, where I gotta wipe this stuff off my hands, where it was very limited on the selection for people that had ethnic skin tones or dark skin, black women, you know, just different color skin weren't able to use mineral products. And there was a company, Monavave, and I'll put that down below, that was, this is going back 10 years, that was ahead of on that in developing, using their blending in the cosmetic science of making the darker mineral foundations, yeah, okay, for the ranges of skin tones. And so that was a really smart move. I still got this stuff all over me. Okay, so that's just a quick, how do you change and use mineral cosmetics when you have dry skin, or if you want to, or if you just prefer a foundation and moisturizer. I still do my, like, if I'm using minerals, I still do my skincare and moisturizing prior to any application. Like if I was to put, say, this on my skin, this might be a little too light for me actually right now because I'm tan, but it goes on and it blends nicely, and I've got a little bit of I'm covered with powdery, but you guys can see how that works. Then moving on to I was going to do a third color, but for time I'm not, but that's like the lightest to the darkest in the minerals that I have. Alright, the BB cream, now you could do this on your hand. I'm just using this as a demo. You don't have to. So this comes out. This one happens to be the number 21. A lot of you guys have 23. Alright, so you've got, this is the BB cream, which already has pigment in it. So if this is too dark a color for you, then you can take the lighter minerals. Also the mineral, Etude House, which is another company from Korea, but they have something called Precious Minerals. It's actually an excellent BB cream. So this is lighter than that. So if you need to get a little lighter, you can mix into the BB cream the mineral cosmetic to make it lighter. And I don't know if you can see the difference. And also you can go to, and I'm going to go to a middle color, but it's in the ethnic skin tones range, and I'm going to put it over this, so if somebody that has dark skin can add their mineral. I'm going to put it right over it, running out of fingers to dab this with. But say the darker pigment, these are mineral foundations again, and mixing it with the BB cream to build a different dark or middle range color. And then you can, that's with the BB cream, and then you can go ahead and apply it and kind of, you know, test. You know, I'm creating colors that don't really match me, but you can kind of play around and test until you get that match. If you want to use mineral bronzers, which I don't have one in front of me, but you can also use the bronzers and mix them in and stuff. Let me just mix these all together on this one spot. All my fingers are covered in minerals makeup, but so there you go. There's the artist palette, but that's how you can make instant foundation using mineral cosmetics. And also, and you can tell on the BB cream because you can see the Shine Perfect Cover by Misha. That's the one that I just used. It should reflect off of here, but that I